The coaching staff is suspect. I love the head coach. I don't like the O-line coach. I don't like the wide receiver coach. I don't like the D-line coach. I don't like these guys.
You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
All right, so we're back on the MarcWes Sports Podcast, and I don't know about you, Wes, but I had a great time on Thursday night, bro. Like a surprisingly good Thursday night. It was a happy Veterans Day to all the veterans Dolphins fans who've been sticking with the Dolphins for this season and all these years. It was so surprising, bro. Like just to see them play well. It was like I was almost hesitant to even scream or just be happy. I was like, what's really going on? Like I was in a dream. I felt like I was in a dream world going on. I felt like we found the kryptonite. And we put that on Lamar Jackson, and he, was gooking. And I think he just really had a bad game, a short week. A lot of Thursday night teams on the road usually don't play well. I'm not giving them excuses, but like something had to be up, like because Baltimore Ravens, they're the Baltimore Ravens, man. They're a model of consistency for the past, 20 years, pretty much. So to see the Dolphins go out there and beat the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday night was great to see.
Yes.
However, Wes, it was not because of your boy Tua, you know what I'm saying? It was because of that defense. That defense won that game. Now let's not front.
No. That's where we're gonna disagree. That's where we're gonna disagree.
David Howard. It was that D line. It was putting pressure. It was keeping Lamar Jackson bottled up.
Yep.
And not letting him loose, because he didn't really get loose for a lot of yards. He's on my fantasy team, so I was a little conflicted. I was like, damn, he wasn't even getting nothing.
See, but what game did you watch, my friend? What game did you watch? Because look,
was the same game, because Tua only made one throw and it was wide open, and that was it. He didn't make
something to you real quick. Let me explain something to you real quick.
Throws, bro. Like,
nah.
It was Tua didn't win the game. It was all.
This is how my Thursday started. This is how my Thursday started. It was a little bit different for Marcus. It started out great because I knew that we were gonna win. Well, I didn't know we were gonna win. Excuse me, my bad. I knew we were gonna play. We're gonna play on Thursday, so I was like, all right, Sunday I get to really just vibe on Sunday. I don't really need. I could watch other teams. Really, I could just really take my time and focus on that one game. And when I found out that Tua was not going to start the game, I was like, what the hell is going on? I was starting to feel like you. Like, man, this guy's always injured. Marcus going to give me crow when I come on the damn show. He's going to be like, yeah, he was injured again. Availability is the best availability. That's what he was going to say.
You know that was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, but the thing that make me question everything that come behind this organization is you have him be the backup. So if the quarterback Brissett get injured, he has to play. That means that his hand is not that effed up. So what the hell are y'all doing? You drafted this guy, number 5 overall. We're trying to give him 9 games so we can see if, we want to get Deshaun Watson. It seemed like it's already sealed. It seemed like everything that the owner do. You remember with Sperano when they wanted the Ravens brother, the head coach brother, Harbaugh, the other Jim Harbaugh. They wanted him, and for some reason you did it behind the person's back. You lost Sperano, and it seemed like you're losing Tua. regardless if you like Tua, if you don't like Tua, like how you gonna keep doing shit like this? I mean, if you didn't want him, then you didn't need to draft him. The same thing that Marcus already know and everybody else know. He's short. He's supposedly injury prone. Yeah, you may be accurate, something that I love. You're accurate. You know, you get to put certain things in tight windows. You can throw all the throws. I can't really say if you can throw a deep ball or not deep ball because, I mean, I don't expect you to throw 80 yards. So if you could throw 40 yarders, like I could care less. Like I could have you as my quarterback. It's something like you win with De'Aaron King. De'Aaron King, the O-line seemed like they couldn't block for him. TVD come in the game. Now the light popped up and now you know how to block. Same thing how it comes with Tua. Brissett, you're in the game, you're getting hit. You're overthrowing the ball. You don't seem like you don't have that rapport with the wide receivers. Yeah, you've been in the league, and I think you're a decent player, but I don't know if you're a fit in Miami. And then you get injured. I mean, I heard it on the screen, you yelling after the guy landed on your knee. And I was like, damn, we're gonna lose the game. Why? Because Tua is injured. That's what they're saying. Last game, he was on the sideline throwing balls. How are you injured and you're throwing the balls on the sideline? How are you injured and you're the backup quarterback? So if the quarterback get injured, you actually got to come in the game. And that's exactly what happened. And when you came in the game, the offense looked different. I mean, we still look suspect, but the offense looked different. We scored twice. You know what I'm saying? Tua had a touchdown. The ball will Waddle, that finger that's fractured or broke. How are you going to throw the ball with a broken finger? So for me, it just seemed like the Dolphins just keep putting him in a bad situation. The Dolphins want Deshaun Watson. Cool, you want Deshaun Watson, but stop lying. Stop making it seem like there's something wrong with Tua and there's nothing wrong with Tua. The O-line is still the problem, regardless of the fact. Because look, going back to University of Miami, you see the logo. De'Aaron King was there. He got injured. Now TVD in the game, and they know how to block. Brissett is in the game. People can't block. Tua comes in the game. Miraculously, people can block, and people can catch the ball. So for me, that's all that makes sense for me. You need to have Tua in the game. He needs to start the next game. I know it's going to be a long week. He should have more time to heal his finger. And why not see if this guy is the guy and you don't need to worry about getting Deshaun Watson? Because if he looks great, where Mark is going to change his mind, like he's scoring 4 or 5 touchdowns because you're blocking for him, then Mark is going to be like, why give 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks for somebody that we don't know if he's going to be able to play? Of course I want you. I want you here. You're the dream girl that's just dangling right there. Yeah, I want you. But if I got wifey over here that I know what it is and she does the same thing, yeah, you may look better, but I got something nice over here too. I ain't gonna go ahead and cheat on you. So same thing with Tua and the Dolphins. See if he's the guy. And if he's not the guy, then move on. I don't have no problem with moving on. I don't have no loyalty to him. I'm loyal to the Dolphins. I'm loyal to winning. But again, if you keep putting people in a bad situation, like, yo, you got Devontae Parker on injury reserve. How many times you're going to figure out that this guy is not the guy? Yeah, when he's in the game, he does something. Because he's big. Preston Williams, same thing. What is going on? Can't catch the ball. Can't get on the field. Then you got Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson looking like a baller. You see what he was doing against the Ravens? What happened to that? He
scored on that play, though.
Huh?
He should have scored on that play. Like, how you not score on that play?
He should have, could have, but think about it. Ford had
I didn't even know
like,
Isaiah Ford was still on the team. That was
yes,
weird to me.
yes, because look, he had like I think 48 or 58 yards with one play. What's his name? Our rookie, Waddle, same thing, like for like 58. Albert Wilson, same thing for like 58. We normally don't see these big plays. Try to go ahead and look and see what they had, the big plays that they had. Because I remember they had big plays. And that's what the announcers had said. So all of them had big plays. Mike Gesicki didn't even ball. I don't even think he had a catch.
He did not have a catch because I had him in my
Exactly.
fantasy team and I was mad.
It's all good. It's all good. But again, you know what you get from Gesicki. So again, imagine all those catches with Gesicki actually catching the balls. It looked like a decent team. The defense always been decent. But you got to understand, you put the defense on the field in Miami weather for 48 minutes because the offense is always 3 and out, they're going to get gassed. They're going to not be that same person. So again, they blitzed not Deshaun Watson, but Lamar Jackson all game, and they couldn't figure it out. I love that. When you see that something is working, why do you stop doing it? Why do you stop doing it? The Dolphins always have the habit of doing that. Devontae Parker, you feeding him, he's balling. Now he's disappeared. Gesicki, you feeding him. Now he disappeared. Waddle, you feeding him. Now he disappeared. It's like you forget that they got you these plays in the beginning. So again, if it's coaching staff for me, the coaching staff is suspect. I love the head coach. I don't like the O-line coach. I don't like the wide receiver coach. I don't like the D-line coach. I don't like these guys. So again, offensive coordinator, I don't like them either. So for me, 1 + 1 is 2. It's always going to be the O-line for me. They looked good. They won the game. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of things that I just didn't like. The O-line, like they did a flea flicker. And normally when it comes with a flea flicker, right, you throw it deep, right? The O-line gave him no time for the flea flicker. He had to give it right back to the running back that gave him the ball.
Yeah.
Really, that's O-line. When you're doing a screen and you have, you know, that was kind of like a supposed to be a screen pass and the big guy got it.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that shit because you mentioned the O-line, but I was like, man, the O-line was like the biggest story of the night nationally because you had your boy Hunt, forget what his first name is, Robert Hunt, catching the ball, you know, and like you could when he caught that ball, man, you could tell like Buddy was either running back or like he played youth football like with the ball in his hands because he had that little jump cut and then he reached for the ball. Some receivers who don't even do that, and he reached. And when it happened, I was convinced this was legal because when it first happened, I was like, did he report as eligible? You know, because if he didn't report as eligible, it's obviously illegal. I was like, he must have reported as eligible because he caught the ball like it was for him, you know? And then he ran to, I mean, damn, like every big man across the nation was like, yeah, we got some, you know? You know, that was just a great moment, but yeah.
What they tell you, he's athletic, right? He's athletic. Our O-line is athletic. So that means that you should be trying to do a lot more screens. You should be trying to do certain things, but our O-line, our coach, our offensive coordinator do not know how to put these guys in the best position. You got somebody that's athletic and you're not going to use that athleticism on the field. Imagine him downfield. I remember Jamie Nels was blocking for Ricky Williams like 15, 20 yards up the field. That is him. That's Robert Hunt. What are you doing? If I could see it, then why are you not seeing it? So again, the Dolphins, look, I know you want to blame Tua. You say he didn't do anything. He had a touchdown, and the offense, it turned not from night to day. Look at it like De'Aaron King. They had De'Aaron King in the backfield, and people don't know how to block. I mean, the Dolphins still don't know how to block, but they got a little better. They gave him some time. You can't throw the ball for 58 yards if somebody don't give you no time. So they gave him time here and there. They just inconsistent. Inconsistency comes with the head coach and his coaching staff, because the head coach, none like Manny Diaz, he see it's not working and he's changed that. People that's not showing up and dropping the balls, why are you playing? I don't care that I'm giving you this money. You on the bench. And that's what Brian Flores need to go ahead and do. All this loyalty and this, that, and the other, like you need to go ahead and make a big change in your coaching staff. And you may not be able to do it right now in the middle of the damn season, but if you actually save your job, you better find a different coaching staff. You know why? Because at the end of the day, Stephen Ross, he's old. He don't got time for it. You want to see the black general manager do good, but he's suspect. His job is on the line. Your job is on the line. If the general manager gets fired, what happens? They hire a new general manager. Hopefully they look outside and not inside. What happens? He normally finds his own coach. He normally finds his own. I want to be the one that signed off on the Deshaun Watson deal. You know what I'm saying? So again, like, you want to be like Manny Diaz. He's on a winning streak right now. We're looking forward to 3:30 today, because Manny Diaz seemed like it's not a sinking ship. It's not the Titanic. You don't look, that iceberg didn't sink the ship. It seemed like we got rafts and all type of stuff. So again, at the end of the day, Brian Flores, I'm happy with a win with the Miami Dolphins, but I'm tired of everybody blaming Tua, because at the end of the day, if you keep putting him in a bad situation, then like, what do you want? What do you want to happen? You can't keep putting, and not just that, our running game. They keep blaming it on the running backs. How are you gonna blame it on the running back? We'll run the ball 3 times in a row, same play, with no fullback to give him a head start. And y'all surprised that he's not going nowhere. Our O-line is trash already. He needs a head start. He can't be in shotgun and what he's gonna do? Nothing. He's gonna run right into a wall. You're not getting no push. So again, at the end of the day, when you watch the Dolphins, watch it like me, Marcus. Don't blame it on Tua. Blame it. Be like, all right, boom. Tua, he just overthrew it. He had time, he overthrew it. Tua, he threw it to the wrong guy. Tua, when it's those, I feel you. But when it's like, hi, I look up at somebody in your face, then you can't blame it on him. You can't do that. And look, you got to give the quarterback at least 3 seconds in the pocket. He don't be having 3 seconds. He be having like 1.5, if the most. What can you do? You're going to throw it to the closest person to you, running back. Like at the O-line, 2 yards from the O-line, and hope that he's a scat back and he can make a play out of nothing. Look at it like that, please. Again, because everybody can't keep knocking on Tua. Like, for Tua to have to deal, bless you, for Tua having to deal with what the Dolphins are doing, like, it's a disgrace. Because at the end of the day, like, y'all gave Tannehill 7 damn years. You barely gave this guy a year. Like, what's going on?
I didn't believe in Tannehill either. I didn't believe in Tannehill either. I was like, I've been saying like we should have got rid of Tannehill.
Me too.
Like the same way I'm gonna say we need to get rid of Tua.
Nah, but look at it with Tannehill, just like De'Aaron King. Going back to De'Aaron King again, he was a raw receiver his whole life, and then you change him to quarterback. He don't have the awareness that a quarterback that was groomed his whole life, Pop Warner, would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, when it comes to these quarterbacks that's short, these quarterbacks that I really think, you know, it depends on the coaching staff. Because look, again, Lamar Jackson, he had a bad game, but when they drafted him, they wanted him to be a wide receiver or something, and he was like, hell no. They changed the whole offense for him. Russell Wilson, same thing. He's short. Drew Brees, short. Why are these short quarterbacks? Kyler Murray Kyler Murray is short and small, just like Tua. I don't want to hear, oh, he's small. No. I mean, Kyler Murray, you give Kyler Murray a free shot where he has 1 second in the pocket and his right tackle just doesn't block the DN coming full speed while he's like this, and he hit him right in the ribs. Kyler Murray's gonna be out the game, just like Tua. You know what I'm saying? So again, O-line, y'all need to do better. The game, yeah, we won. The highlight was big guy Robert Hunt. But again, just showing that, it just shows that these individuals do not know what to do on the field. Because as an O-line, you should know that you have to check in. You feel me? Like, if you know you caught the ball, then why you ran for the touchdown? Even though it was great, run, Forrest, run. But you should have known that it was not a touchdown. You was celebrating and everything. You had everybody thinking that, that it was a touchdown. And who's supposed to put him on point? Who? The coaching staff. So again, like, it is what it is. People be in the wrong position, 2 wide receivers in the same spot. Who is that? Coaching staff. So, hey, it is what it is. You want to blame Tua, cool. But look at Tua, like I just said. If he has 1 second in the pocket and somebody in his face, Tom Brady, nobody's going to do shit. They're going to get sacked. Tom Brady's not even going to try to run. You know, he's going to get sacked. You know, he's just going to probably throw the ball at the O-line feet or just drop on the floor. And Tua, that's what you probably need to go ahead and do, because these guys are not blocking for your ass. These guys are not putting you in the best position.
I hear you about the O-line. Trust me, I hear you about it. But what you saw that night was very telling about how they feel about Tua. And it sounds like they feel the same way that I do. That Tua is a...
Wait. Who are you talking about specifically? Are you talking about the players, or are you talking about the coaching staff and the general manager?
The coaching staff and the general manager feel the same way that I do about Tua. They feel like he's a backup, because if he was healthy enough to play, then he should have played. But they don't feel like he is the guy, because he was allegedly injured, not playing. All right. So they thought that Brissett would give them a better chance to win. So that's how Brissett started. So that's how I feel about.
How did the offense look when Brissett was in the game? It looked like the same offense, like trash, not doing nothing. Offense ain't going nowhere. And then when Tua came in, they gave him a spark.
To look like trash, bro. There was only one big play, and it was a wide open, busted coverage that Tua hit him for a big game that Albert Wilson should have scored on. Like I said, it was the only big offensive play of the game. It was the only play that led to an offensive touchdown. We scored another touchdown in the game, but it was on defense. And I'm not blaming Tua for, like, you know, I'm not blaming Tua for how bad the Dolphins are. All I'm saying is that Tua did not win this game. It was the defense that won this game. It was clearly the defense needs to have get their flowers about this game, and not Tua. He hit one player that was wide open, and it was a big gainer, and that eventually led to a touchdown. Yeah, but besides that, you didn't really do a lot in this game. You are not a player that the coaching staff even has confidence in to start. So to me, Tua is a backup quarterback. He's a backup quarterback. Well, he's not a starter in the NFL. And that's how the Dolphins feel. That's how Marcus feels on the MarcWes Sports Podcast. He's not the guy. Where's Deshaun Watson? Clear your court cases so you can come on down to South Beach.
Let's just say that Tua wins the rest of the games handily and look like the number 5 pick that we drafted. You're gonna just say, oh,
we ain't speaking in what ifs. We ain't speaking in what ifs. Well, I'm just judging about what I see and what I've seen up to this point. Because I can say, oh, what if he lose all of his games for the rest? What you gonna say? We can say that too. But I'm not gonna say what I think is gonna happen with these next few games. all I'm going to say is what I've seen thus far, Tua is a backup quarterback. He's not a starter in this league. And we need to start looking for different quarterbacks that's coming up. The kid from Ole Miss is somebody that you have to consider drafting maybe next season, because they are not the guy. Tua is not the guy for me right now. Now, as far as the offensive line, I do want to make a point about an interview that I heard with Jimmy Johnson, the great Jimmy Johnson, led the Hurricanes to 87 championship. He was on the radio this week, the Joe Rose show, and he was saying that it's all about the players. It's all about good players. It's not about the coaches, except for one position, coach, that you have to have. You have to have a good offensive line coach in order to be successful. It's not about the offensive line, the players. It's not about, that's what he was saying. He said any offensive line can be good. It's not like, New England had the best offensive line in the world. It's not like the Giants, when they won championships, they had the best offensive line in the world. Maybe they had one or really good offensive line, but collectively they weren't like the best offensive line in the world. It's all about the offensive line coach. And I think that goes on, and that I think that goes on every level of football. So yeah, we do need to replace the offensive line coach, maybe also the offensive coordinator. But at the same time, Wes, you play Madden, right? Now, when you play in Madden and you're on offense, you could tell what the defense is about to happen. You're looking at the defense to see, oh, it looks like they're in man. Oh, it looks like they're in zone. Oh, it looks like a blitz is going to come on this side. So I can't blame the offensive line for everything. But
look, they be doing nano blitzes sometimes.
I'm trying to say, like, Tua has to be able to see that the rush is coming. He has to already know, hey, I'm going to go to this player or that player. I mean, it's not about his size, obviously. Kyler Murray, it's not like his offensive line is the best in the world, but he knows how to escape. He's got better escapability than Tua. He throws a better ball than Tua at this point of his career. I mean, Kyler has been in the league a little longer, but, I'm definitely not going to blame it on his size or anything like that. You definitely made the point of there's been a lot of great quarterbacks who have been undersized. So it's definitely not that. I think he is basically Tannehill 2.0. He's checked down Tua. You know what I'm saying? Check down Tua and Tannehill, they don't go deep. They barely ever hit deep balls, which I don't understand, because he used to hit balls at Alabama all the time to Devontae Smith and, other great receivers out there, Jerry Jeudy. Judy or whatnot. Of course he had an O-line. He had the best O-line. He had the best O-line in college football. Exactly. But that's not going to happen in the NFL, bro. That is not going to happen in the NFL. There's no team that is good as Alabama in the NFL. You're never going to have that difference of athleticism ever.
I hear what you're saying, but when you see,
so that really kind of makes my point, bro. Like that really kind of makes my point. You give on an offensive line that's great, then you probably gonna be great. But if you on an offensive line that's not good and you're not good, that means you can't be a starter in the NFL. Straight up.
All right. When he does good, I'm gonna make sure that I come to all these damn clips and I'll be like, you see what I've been saying? We could have had him here. Or we could still have him here and just have him as a backup and still get Deshaun. I don't think they're going to pay two quarterbacks that money. But, I mean, like, I don't want them to say, we could get drafts for him. Y'all don't know how to draft. So I'd rather just keep Tua, get Deshaun Watson if that's the case. But me, I still want to go ahead and get this O-line coach fired, the offensive coordinators fired. Because when I see other teams, like, their offense just looks better. And they could be still a garbage team, though. But the offense still looks better. You have individuals that's open. Well, I'm like, damn, how did this be? Over and over again. So you see Sean Payton. Sean Payton is an offensive-minded coach. And when Drew Brees was playing, I'm like, how are you open? Like, where was the defense? Same thing with New England. Same thing with all these other teams, that's garbage too. I just don't know about the offensive coordinator. I do not know about the O-line. We have 2 offensive coordinators and we still trash. Like, let that sink in. We got 2 offensive coordinators and we still trash. He fired 2 other offensive coordinators before that. So that's why I got to give Brian Flores a little blame, because, like, yo, you keep making the same mistakes. Like, you need to holler at somebody that's older. You want to be young with the young offensive coaches. Like, yo, this is your first chance getting a head coach position. You're probably scared that if you don't do good, then they're going to be the interim head coach when you get fired and you just put somebody else in that position. But yo, like, you gotta make it happen. And if anything, you gotta fire that person before that happens, because if you wind up being trash, you fire him before they fire you, so they can stay with you. But again, you want to go ahead and have someone that's actually older, that's been doing this, offensive line coaches, seen different blitzes, went against great defensive-minded coaches. And Bill Belichick is not the only great defensive-minded coach. I think some people be getting it twisted. You got the Rex Ryans on family. You got Pittsburgh, Dick LeBeau defense. You have all these individuals that play good defense, and I'm pretty sure there's somebody that's old, that retired, that still got that itch and want to eventually come back and be the offensive coordinator, or the offensive line coach. They don't want to have to deal with the media and the stress. That's something that the head coach could deal with. They just want to come back. They're tired of watching grandkids. You've seen the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He did it plenty of times, and because he keep getting that itch. Jimmy Johnson, only reason why he didn't come back is why he's in Miami. He's over here fishing, loving the life, the beaches, the women, the weather, enjoying his life. There's no reason for him to come back into the league. But again, you can also consult these individuals. So for me, that's what needs to happen. I'm happy we won that game. But for me, we got a lot of things that we need to still fix. I know we're going to win next week. We're playing the Jets, and we'll talk about that when we get closer to it. But the Jets ain't looking good. They got a new quarterback, supposedly. I don't know. There's a controversy over there, and I wouldn't mind a controversy like that over here if we have Deshaun Watson. Keep Tua or trade Tua. I'll keep him. But again, at the end of the day, O-line, coach, offensive coordinators needs to get fired. You don't need to worry about the defense. Why? Because why? Our head coach is a defensive-minded coach. So you don't need to worry about the defense. You just got to worry about these individuals putting the defense in the best position, because it can't be 3-and-out every down series.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy for the win, man. Like I said, I felt good. It was great to see the Dolphins play well on national TV. For everybody, we weren't embarrassed on national TV, which usually happens when it's like a high profile type of game. I think it was the first time we beat the Ravens since 2015 or something like that.
Yep.
So it was great to see the win happen, to hear the crowd be as loud as it was. And, I know there was a lot of Baltimore fans there, and I know those Dolphins fans let those Baltimore Ravens fans have it, because, like you said, a lot of people love to come here. And if I'm a fan of, like, I don't know, Green Bay, Baltimore, or any team from up north, and we have a chance to play Miami in Miami, then yeah, I'll probably make that trip. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna make a vacation of it with the family or whatnot and enjoy some nice weather. So a lot of fans do that, and there were a lot of fans, of course, from Baltimore in attendance, but those Miami fans outnumbered them, of course, and being the game was at home at Hard Rock. And So yeah, it was a great game to watch, but I ain't sold on the Dolphins, man. I'm not sold, I'm not sold on Tua. I don't even think they might. I think they could lose next week against the Jets. I just don't. I feel like this game is don't. I just want to tell Miami fans out there, don't believe what just happened. Like things go all of a sudden go turn around because we beat the Ravens. It was a short week. You know what I'm saying? It was Thursday night. The defense played out of their mind, and the game planned well. Flores and the defensive staff, I think they've been playing good enough to win games. But and it showed on that Thursday night that they can play to a high level. Now the offense is still suspect to me.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to check how many total yards they even had because it didn't feel like they even had that many yards.
Yeah, look
Total
at the first half and the
per
second
play.
half. The first half was Brissett. Go to the second half and rate both because the offense looked at hella suspect first half. Tua come in, gave us a spark, and we won the game with
We got 350 total yards. Baltimore had 304. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But yeah, I don't believe in the Dolphins at all. I don't think that they will do anything for the rest of the their offense is so bad, bro. Like I'm telling you, their offense is like what 28th, 30th in the
yeah. So what you
it's like
think we should do? What you think we should do? You think we should just lose the rest of the games, get a better draft pick? We don't got a first round pick, but we could have five high second round picks and high third round picks, or try to win the games and be 8-8 how we normally be in the middle of the draft every damn year. Like,
you
what do
know what I'm
you
gonna say.
like? Lose all the games?
Yeah, lose all the
That's
games.
it.
This team, this season's a wash. I mean, there's no way you make the playoffs. There's no way.
What about
And
if they win all the games? I know that's a dream, but so you
I
would
hope I
rather
hope
win
that
all the
doesn't happen.
games?
I'd be disappointed because I know they're gonna get waxed in the first round if they somehow make the playoffs, or even if they win all the games, they probably gonna miss the playoffs by a game. So it's gonna be the same old situation for the Dolphins fan, where you feel like, okay, yeah, you get to be happy like on a Thursday night, but long term, you still sad.
Nah, but my whole thing is if we win all the games, that means that the offense is looking better, the defense is looking better, Tua is looking better. Certain things that you're probably uncomfortable with right now probably change because if the old line look like they could block now and it look like our draft picks are actually working, why would you want to lose? You know what I'm saying? Now, if we just winning the games, luck, like we win the games, but it still feel like a loss, then I feel you lose all the damn games. But if we actually look good, Tua looks good. The wide receivers, O-line look good. Defense look good. They kind of look like how we were last year, when we actually started bad in the season. Like we started just like this. We're like, what's going on? This, that, and the other. And then we won all the rest of the games. And we look good. So for me, I don't want to just lose all the games knowing that I have our general manager that can't pick no players. It's like, what's the point? We're going to lose all the games for a better draft pick, like you said. And we do not know how to fix the problem. Not internally. So for me, I'm like, I wouldn't mind winning the rest of the games. I know it's a dream, but again, I wouldn't mind winning the rest of the games. I wouldn't mind seeing how the whole line looks good. Now, if the O line is just it's typical Dolphins, besides the last two wins that we had, and even the second win that we got was trash. When we played the Texans, we looked horrible, but again, what gave me a bad taste in the mouth about that game was Tua wasn't playing. So the person that I want to evaluate, I couldn't even evaluate against a mediocre team to see if at least he can get time in the pocket with a mediocre team all around. So for me, I just want to be able to see the O-line, give Tua some time to see if he's the guy, to see if we need to get rid of certain people on the O-line, or like you said, it's the O-line coach, like Jimmy Johnson said. It's the O-line coach. So we're not gonna figure nothing out because there's too many things that's wrong with the team for us to just say it's just one thing wrong with the team. It's always something. I'm like, we really don't know what's wrong. Do you really know if Tua's good or bad? Nah, he looks bad, but he has no O-line. Shit. What can you do? Wide receivers, they're always injured. So again, I don't know how to fix this damn team. But again, if we can go ahead and pull this shit around, have the Dolphins look decent, O-line look decent, Solomon Kinley actually play in the game, someone that we drafted high, and people say is real good in the running game. I want to see if this thing works. So it's what it is.
All right. I mean, I hear you. Keep it positive, bro. Like, but I'm gonna be the negative Nancy on this one. Because if it wasn't for Xavier Howard's forced fumble in the New England game, and if it wasn't for Xavier Howard's forced fumble in this last game, we might be winless right now.
But
we might not even have a win.
Aren't we a team?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so look, that's how it is. You feel me? Sometime I'm gonna be asked out, and then Mark is gonna lift me up because it's the MarcWes Sports Podcast. Same thing like when you're in a relationship. Something may happen where, somebody got to take a little bit more of the slack. And that's how you do it. Like, X-Man, thank you. You're a teammate. You're loyal, just like your boy Wes. You did what you had to do to help your family, your team win. So again,
I ain't arguing with that. All I'm just saying is, like, if we don't have those two plays, then we might be winless. That's how dire those two plays were. As far as wins are concerned. So that just tells you how sorry the Dolphins are.
Florida State said the same thing. If it didn't go wide right, if it didn't go wide left, we would have won. Don't matter. It didn't happen. This happened. He went ahead and scripted twice. Now, it's not a fluke because he just did it again against the Ravens. So, again, this is why we paid him that money, right?
Yeah.
This is why we paid him the money. So, again, how can you get mad? Oh, it's just because Xavier Howard had the script set. We paid him the money. You were the one fighting for him to get paid the money. We paid him the money, and he won us 2 games.
Yeah, I'm happy for it, but what does that say about the rest of the team is what I'm saying. It's not about him. Thank you, X-Man, for those 2 plays. Like I said, I like the joy, but what does that say about the rest of the team, bro?
What do you think about the other cornerback, Byron Jones? You think that was a good
like I said on the last podcast, it's one of the worst deals that Chris Greer made, because if it wasn't for that, then
what else? Devontae Parker always injured. Howard,
right. Like I said, this is my whole point. It's like, if the rest of the team is pretty much trash, and if you don't have Xavier Howard make those plays, we don't have a win. So that's my whole point. Yeah, it's a team, and thank you, for making it deal.
General manager gotta go.
But those 2 plays,
coach gotta go. So what is that saying? If the general manager gotta go, the offensive line coach gotta go, because Jimmy Johnson said you need that. Offensive coordinator need to go, because we watch football all the time, and there's nothing magical about our offense. Also, if you see something that's not working, like Manny Diaz, it wasn't working, you switched it, but Brian Flores is keep doing the same thing. Manny Diaz was on a high seat because he didn't want to change shit. Flores, you're on a hot seat too, because it's not just you. It's the general manager, offensive line coach, offensive coordinators. We can say you got a good defense, but if the offense is trash because nobody want to F with you because of whatever reason, I don't know if you got that Bill Belichick mentality. You seen a lot more grumpy lately. You seem more like a black Bill Belichick lately when it comes to the interviews. So, again, I don't know. I mean, we know what normally falls from that tree. You know, the Bill Belichick tree, a lot of people don't make it. They go somewhere else and they trash. So I do not know. Only thing that knocks me on Tua is everybody that comes from Nick Saban that's a quarterback, they normally is trash. Normally. Now, you know, it may be a difference what New England pick this year. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's too early to tell. Because, you know, a lot of times some people have a great rookie season. Next year, people figure them out, and now they're trash. So I don't know. I need to give him a few years before I'm able to evaluate him. But, hey, it is what it is. No more Dolphins. You know.
Right. Yeah, we talk Hurricanes, we talk Dolphins, and you know how we do on the MarcWes Sports Podcast. We talk about our three most favorite teams, which is the